This week on, if you haven't already seen it, we're reviewing Man of Steel. Man of Steel. Man of Steel. Uh-oh.
This Is the End features some of Hollywood's biggest funny men playing themselves as they come together for a party at the home of actor James Franco.
But the party quickly goes south when the ground opens, the sky catches fire, and Armageddon leaves a small group of Hollywood survivors struggling to stay one step ahead of eternal damnation.
The fact that Seth Rogen is playing Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill is playing Jonah Hill, and so on and so forth is what makes this movie so special and funny. Rather than running from the persona they have as celebrities, they embrace it and then go to great lengths to mock it.
I agree completely. The self-deprecating humor is what makes this film such a success. However, the humor does get a little bit dark. Remember how when you were a kid, your dad used to only walk into the room at the most inappropriate parts of the show that you were watching? Well, for this one, Dad might as well pull up a chair. It is not for kids, but it is so funny.
And that's why I say see it. This movie's been getting a lot of hype, but I think it actually lives up to it. It's not afraid to tackle heavy subjects like morality or the cost of fame, but it never takes itself too seriously and always delivers on the laughs. And spoiler alert, the Backstreet Boys reunion we've all been waiting for. Or me at least.
I say see it. This movie literally had me laughing from start to finish, and while it's not family friendly at all, these guys had a blast making it, and it shows. It's clever, exciting, and original. Just tell the kids to put on their earmuffs. And speaking of reunions, it's always nice to see the Freaks and Geeks gang get back together.
Excuse me.
Man of Steel reboots the Superman franchise and takes us back to the beginning, following Clark Kent from baby on Krypton, to kid in Kansas, to crab fisherman.
And then superhero, don't worry, it's not like Superman takes a job on Deadliest Catch, though I wouldn't mind seeing that. No, there's plenty of flying and fighting to go around once the evil General Zod makes his way to planet Earth in search of Krypton's favorite son.
First off, I love all things Superman. But let me warn you, this movie is long. I mean, it takes 20 minutes just to get off the planet of Krypton in the beginning, which was a place that seemed to be part Game of Thrones, part Avatar, part Dune. But once the movie got going, I found it did a compelling job of telling not only the adventures of Superman, but the adventures of becoming Superman. I also thought they did a great job with the character of General Zod in explaining why he's so compelled to do what he does.
I also liked how Jor-El, Superman's father, plays a bigger role than expected, and I thought they did a great job updating Superman's suit, hasta la vista red underwear. But the action sequences for me were a big disappointment. I thought they went on way too long, were way too busy and crowded, and shot in such a way that at times I felt like I was watching a video game.
This movie made me want to go out and just punch my way through a mountain, but in a good way. I say see it. Now, there were plenty of smaller things that a person could complain about, the length, some plot holes, and I thought Jonathan Kent's goodbye was pretty horrible. But the performances were great, the story was inspiring, and I am sold on Henry Cavill as Superman. And I'm not sure, but IHOP may have been a sponsor.
I really do hate to say it, but skip it. I just feel like this movie and its script takes itself too seriously and tries to accomplish too much. Now, I know we live in an age where we like our superheroes dark, raw, and human, and while I think that works for a dark character like Batman, I'm just not convinced that's the best way to approach Superman. What I loved about the Christopher Reeve movies was their self-aware sense of humor and lightheartedness. I think those are qualities that lend themselves better to the Superman mythology, and qualities I just didn't find this time around. And remember, you can catch our reviews each week on our Facebook page and on WJTV.com.
I personally was always a fan of the red underwear. I mean, that's why I've been wearing it on the outside of my pants all day today as a tribute.
You know, it's a real pity you can only see us from the waist up.